the shock has slowly worn off. I think, anytime you're mentioned in the same breath as Mr. John Jacobs, I think you have to take a step back for a while and have to think about it. He's the godfather of golf instruction. He's the one who started it. He's the reason why we have a career. My mentor at the time, which was David Ledbetter and Butch Harmon, still consider him to be the first. It's just an incredible honor. It's like, I remember when I sent the email, it was like a total snap hook, and then it was like, I didn't know what to write. It was like, and I'm not sure about the speech tonight I'm going to have to make either. I'm still trying to work that one out, but yeah, I'm just incredibly proud, incredibly honored, and I'm very grateful to CPG and the PGA Poland for giving me this incredible honor. I never thought something like this would happen to me. What I try to say to young pros is that, actually, it's quite on. That is a passport, but it's not just a passport to go on vacation. It's given me a passport to the world. I have literally traveled the world doing something that I'm passionate about, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's all about, you can find a career which is your passion and your love, and that's what being a PGA professional has given me. And to go around the world and help so many different people get better, I think that's the gift, isn't it? That's what it's all about. So for me, I'm incredibly proud that I can call myself a PGA professional. There now, you have Max Saruda now, who's a very good friend of mine. Wojtek, who's part of the system as well. It's a very young, dynamic brand now, and they're really passionate about what they want to do, trying to grow the game and trying to, obviously the likes of Adrian, who is really pushing things, and Mateusz Grodecki, and all those type of people. It's getting bigger, it's growing, there's more kids playing, and that's what it's all about. And we're kind of trying to they're destroying the myth that you've got to be rich to play this game, and you don't. And I think what Adrian and Mateusz are doing is showing that, if you really want it, and you find the right people and you find the right coaches, and we've got that in Poland now. The education is there, the togetherness is there, then you can do whatever you want. I think we've got probably about 7 children now in college in America. 10 years ago, we had 1. So that's what it's all about, is to give them a future. Okay, you might not go forward to become a professional golfer, but if you get to a certain standard, then you can go get an education in America. It's brilliant, and that's what our goal. That's what we're trying to do. This is our 14th year now, which is quite unique in today's world. He was a junior member of the golf club, but I used to work for David Ledbetter. I was in Asia for nearly 10 years. I wanted to come back to Europe. Poland was an offer. I think it was fate. I think it was I think it was meant to be honest. And he was a junior member. I saw him hit 4 balls, and I went, okay, we've got something here. And we had to then go about setting a plan of, okay, 1, how do I not mess it up? And 2, what's the correct infinite kind of plan to help him move to where I thought he could get to. And he's doing all right at the moment.
Yeah, you must be very proud. I see a lot of work going into that.
Yeah, he's like a little brother to me. It's like we spend so much time together. It's millions of hours, together. And it's our roles have changed over. Before I was more like the mentor, the big brother. Then it turned into kind of a player coach, and now the roles, it's more of now mentor coach, and now more like player. The roles are switching, which is how it should be. It's like, I held his hand for a long time, and then slowly he's starting to take control, and I'm very proud of everything he's done, and where he deserves everything he's got, because he works really hard. He's worked really, really hard for everything. He deserves everything he has. My coaching philosophy is always to want to give back and to have an infinite mindset. It's not about now. It's about where do you want to go, and what's the path that we're going to go to get there. We live in a world now where you can get everything yesterday, and world of sports doesn't really work like that. Life doesn't work like that. You've got to be patient, you've got to build, and I try to install that in everyone that I work with. That yes, sometimes the stars align and you get it instantly, but it doesn't happen very often, and there's more frustration than there is happiness, like instant gratification. So I try to install that. It takes time, it takes process. There is a plan that we have to stick to, and that's what I try to put over to everybody. And yes, it might take longer, but when we get to the end, it's going to be sustained. It's going to be solid. It's as Will Smith used to say, he says, we're trying to build a perfect wall. How do you build a perfect wall? One solid brick at a time. And that's what I've done with Adrian. It's one solid brick at a time over 14 years, and the wall is pretty strong. Because when I played, I could barely hit it 200 yards out of my shadow. So, I had to be amazing from 100 yards in, basically. I grew up at Pylan Kenford Golf Club in South Wales, a great links golf course. It's like I could barely reach some of the fairways when I started, so I had no choice. But then I'm lucky enough that I found an incredible mentor in James Seekman, who's my boss, and I owe him everything. I've run through a brick wall for him, and he knows it. He really gave me a chance, 7 years ago, and we started from nothing. We started from the bottom, and I harassed him, but I like choking. I'm good at it. I was good as a player. It's what's helped me to get to a professional level. Nobody wants to watch me hit a 7-iron, but I can still, if I'm playing with the tour pros, I can still chip, hit bunker shots, and demonstrate that that I can do these things. And says if I can then help them to understand that I don't practice anymore, but I can still beat you in a game, and be able to and I think that's the important thing. Just go all in. I trained under a really great PGA professional in Robert Evans, and he gave me a bit of advice which was amazing, because the PGA course is generally 3 years. He says the first year do everything. Look at it so it's like the shop, the teaching, the not so much repairs anymore. So far I go back. Second year, decide what you want to do. A third year, go all in. And you have to go all in. There's no point. Don't go 50-50 because you'll fail. You have to really understand. I knew I wanted to be a coach. I knew when I was 16 I wanted to be a coach. But when I decided to become a PGA pro, that piece of advice really helped me. So I had a look at everything, and then I went 100% all in. And that's the secret.